Hi guys, I'm Chloe.
Hi, I'm Maggie.
Hi, I'm Maddie, and we're all nursing students at the University of Kentucky.
Today we're going to be talking to you guys about promoting health through communication and just healthy communication skills in general.
Healthy communication. Through healthy communication, we can promote health and well-being. Ways we can do this, or ways this helps, is with mental health, social ease, and relaying health information to people like your doctor or even your parents who are still involved in your life.
So, what does healthy communication look like? It's always accurate and effective. The location is extremely important. It's important to think about where you're having this communication because if it's conducted in a noisy, uncomfortable, or busy place, it causes so many distractions that could lead to miscommunications, and it's just a lack of privacy in general. Make sure your message is clear. If you have a lot of jumbled, unorganized thoughts bouncing around, it's extremely hard for the other person to follow. It's important to be aware of your body language and your tone of voice, and it's extremely important to listen to the other person. Take turns getting one another's thoughts out fully, and that's something that's often overlooked when we think about communication. We think about just being the one talking. In reality, listening to another person is super, super important. It's important to ask questions and finally take a step back if your emotions are getting the best of you, because at a time like that, it's super easy to say something that you don't mean.
Why is healthy communication important? It's important because it allows you to have more trust in others, better self-awareness, more self-confidence, less anxiety and confusion, importantly, less conflict, and a respectful environment because a bad communication leads to bad environment. It also is important for better understanding of others and positive mental health.
So, what all is needed for healthy communication? Every effective communication encounter has three aspects. There's one sender, the actual message that you're sending, and at least one recipient. So, like I said earlier, with listening, it's super important that you know how to be both the sender, the one who's speaking or typing, whatever it is, and also be the recipient. Because if we can't listen to another person, there's no way that we can actively engage with them and receive their message, which then, if your message isn't getting received, then the entire encounter is virtually pointless.
And what to consider while communicating. You have to consider diversity. Some examples of diversity are culture, social disorders, and the hearing impaired. So, for example, with culture, if you make too much eye contact or direct eye contact, could be considered as rude. And with social disorders such as autism, social anxiety, and many others, this will require you as the sender to adapt to the listener's needs, the recipient's needs. And as for the hearing impaired, you will have to enunciate and speak loudly and clearly. And if they have trouble hearing you, they might ask you to repeat. And this is where you have to have patience and stay calm and know that the more you work to their needs, the better communication will be.
So it's also really important to know your audience. Like, make sure you know if they have an impairment. Maybe it's visual, maybe it's hearing, whatever, and make sure that you know each kind of aspect of their life so you can adapt to them.
So communicating health information, patient and doctor communication is key for your physical health. Sometimes it's intimidating to openly communicate with a medical professional, but if you don't tell them what's wrong, they'll have no idea. And you need to make sure to ask questions if you don't understand what they're telling you. So say the doctor checks your blood pressure and tells you that you have hypertension. If you go home and you're looking at your blood pressure, but you have no idea what hypertension is, you're not going to know how to treat it or take care of it. And that problem will stick with you and eventually get worse. So it's very, very important to ask questions to receive quality care.
So, why should you guys even be motivated to practice healthy communication skills? It's important to consider what unhealthy communication can result in. Obviously, confusion is a big thing, and no one wants to feel confused all the time. That causes a lot of stress on you and leaves a lot of room for misunderstandings that can be really, really important. For example, like for you guys, imagine if you were working in a group project and somebody wasn't appreciating what work you put in, and instead of respectfully letting you know that you should change it or whatever it is. They just start yelling at you, interrupting you when you're trying to kind of plead your case. And that would just make you feel super, super bad about yourself. And it would not motivate you to want to even try on the group project anymore. It also, unhealthy communication results in strained relationships. So when you don't have the healthy communication going on, that leads to so many arguments within your relationships, which again causes stress on you. And this all ties to your mental health. Mental health significantly depends on the stability of relationships in your life. You have so many, everybody's has so many relationships in their life. And communication, healthy communication is super important in stabilizing those relationships. All relationships depend on healthy communication. And finally, this isn't something that you'll ever not have to use. Healthy communication is important in every aspect of your life, every setting of your life at all times. So knowing how to communicate with all types of people, which again, those are younger people, older people, people that have authority over you, for example, the doctor situation, and people that you have authority over one day, or maybe even now, I don't know. That is going to benefit you in so many aspects of your young adult life, which follows you into your adult life and overall has an impact on your mental health incredibly, and also your physical health. I mean, when you go to the doctor and knowing how to communicate those things has a big effect on your physical health as well.
And then we'll do the Kahoot in class and the questions that we have. How does healthy communication benefit your health? And what are the 3 types of communication?
You guys also will get a handout
Yeah.
that has some of that information on it.
Have a good day.
Thanks.